So hello guys, this video is about Transas like this tracking. So first I'll try to cover these functions which are available on the right side. So this is an hide and show and hide right side toolbar. So if I, for example, if I press this, you can see that right side bar is gone. So I can hide and unhide that. But normally we keep that bar because that's actually quite useful, and it gives us all the informations which are normally required during our settings. And rest all, this is the sidebar which we normally use it. So let's start from the beginning. First is ACDIS is selected over here, and radar, as you can see, it's in gray mode, as I do not have radar function in this ACDIS. Because presently in my ACDIS I do not have radar interface or radar overlay. I mean, only this ACDIS is there. So, AIS means display AIS target. For example, you can see this AIS. If I uncheck now on the right side, uncheck that, you will see that AIS targets are gone. That's about it. ARPA. So my radar overlay is not present, but display of ARPA targets is, yes, it is present in this ACDIS. So for example, I do not have any targets over here. So if, for example, if I acquire something, let's just assume that there was some target over here and I've acquired that. You can see over here the green color mark. So that's about it. So any target which I acquire on radar, it will be shown in the ACDIS. So that is ARPA, detection of targets. So only targets whichever I acquire on the radars, those will be appear. It's for both of them, and you can see it's for ARPA A and B, means for both of my radars, radar X-band and S-band. For both of them, this function is available. Now that's in next is AIS filter. So AIS filter is a big thing. So I will tell you now. Then this on the screen, if you can see this dash lines, these is actually projected vector, means like that is in 20 minutes where will my vessel will be if I continue to maintain this course. So these are like vectors. So here I have selected for 20 minutes. So maximum is 24 minutes. How much I can go? If, for example, let us see, if I select 20 minutes, you can see this length of the vector is increased, and so hence I can reduce this. For example, if I reduce to 10 minutes, you can see the length of the vector is gone small. So normally during our voyage, we normally keep it 20 minutes, and when we approach ports, so during that time we'll keep to 10 minutes, while berthing we keep it to around 5 minutes or 6 minutes, depends. So this is that vector but this is vector with respect to AIS. So this is AIS vector, means with respect to your GPS position. Now this is a function for changing over master and slave ACDIS. So normally in Transas ACDIS you have both master and slave ACDIS. So this is the master ACDIS at present. The advantage of having any ACDIS as master ACDIS is that you can put any route into monitoring, you can put user maps into monitoring, you can change the contour settings. So these are few functions which can be only done when you are in a master ACDIS. Now if I want to make my secondary ACDIS as master ACDIS, let's just see. I click over here, change master ACDIS. It will ask, do you really want to change master ACDIS? I'll click yes, and we'll go back to that second ACDIS. Here it was showing slave. If I click over here, take over control, now this becomes my master ACDIS. We'll just wait for 2 seconds, and now as you can see, this has become my master ACDIS. So route monitoring and change of user maps and changing of contour settings, changing of sensor settings, all can be done from this ACDIS. So now when this ACDIS has become master, you can see here this ACDIS becomes slave. So that's about it. But if you change, you can choose anyone to be master and anyone to be slave. So just because we are doing our training on that ACDIS, I'll change this ACDIS again back to slave. And here it has again shown take over control, and I'll make this as master ACDIS. But you can make anyone. You can choose anyone as master or anyone as slave. The next one is for timing, ship's time, and this. So if now it is showing ship's time, means we have put up 3 hours correction for GMT. So this is showing local time. If I click this, it will show me times in UTC. Now the catch over here is, if you click this UTC over here and now the time shown over here is UTC, your ETA for any waypoint which you want, or any of the waypoint for your routes, your ETA will also be shown in UTC time. So as you can see over here, so that's normally a catch point. So if I click over here, ship's time, so the ETA will be shown with respect to my present ship's time. So normally people can make mistake while checking. They might uncheck this and they can make sure that this is UTC, and they can think that this is local time. As you can see on the side, it shows UTC. So normally we keep this on ship's time, so that we get our ETA to any waypoint which we want, we get it on local time. So this is normal simple. Primary is GPS, this is the sensor, secondary we have selected net, and now over here these three, as you can see, these three are the charts which are shown for my present location. So where my ship is at presently, my ship is using 3 charts, present location. As you can see over here, auto load is selected, turn on auto load, charts auto load. That means my Agnes will automatically select the best chart which is best for my navigation for my ships with respect to my ship's position. So for example, if I'll select this chart, so as you can see, this is not the best scale chart, as all other information is gone. But if I click this auto load, it will automatically select out of these 3 which is the best chart, and it will show me that chart. So that's the function of this auto load. It will automatically select the best chart which is best for me. And this last update is on this chart, which was the last update, updated to which week. So this is just quite of a quick reference where you can see your Agnes is updated to which week. Actually it is showing for the present cell which it is using, so it's not for the entire cell, but for quick reference you can check that your Agnes is updated to which week. So that's about it. Now then over here there are many tabs which are given where we do not use all such tabs. Only this manual position fix tab. This tab is being used normally to plot positions, which I'll show you, and route data. Only normally we use these 2 tabs, rest all tabs are not used. So if you want to monitor, if you want to check that which one of your route is selected or what is the name of your route, you can go to route data, you can click over here, go to route data, and then you can check over here the name of the route which is being monitored. You can check from other places also, like go to monitoring, and in monitoring you can check. But if you want shortcut, then of course you can go to route, and route data, it will show you the route which is being selected. Schedule is the one where we select our where we can check for ETAs for any waypoint. So normally, as you can see, I have selected for pilot boarding ground for my next route. So hence normally this route data function is always kept on over here to continuously monitor the ETAs for any particular waypoint. And normally when we are doing coastal, we'll keep this manual position fix to get the LOPs or manual position fix from radar. That's it. The other functions we never use it. So they are not oftenly used by duty officers, except for route data and manual position fix. So I've kept on route data. So this is route data. It is showing the ETA. If I want to select ETA for any particular speed, I can put my speed over here, and it will show me the ETA with ship's time. So just a normal, like how you use a computer. And if you want any time, particular time, what time you want to reach, so what speed you will make, so it will show you speed. So either you can put your values over here and it will give you the time, or you can select the time, which time you want to reach, and it will give you the speed, what speed you have to make. So just like a normal. And this is standard EBL and VRM. So that's about it on this side of the screen. This part is done. Now we are remaining with the single point buttons which are there on your like this. Now we'll see the use for these single buttons which are there on the right side of this axis. So this button is a normal button which is normally present on each axis, which is called home button, or sometime, or now here it is named as ahead. So it means that if you have zoomed out and you know if you are scrolling somewhere else on the chart, you will, anytime you press this button on your radar, on your axis screen, you will see your ship's position, or it will take you to your current position where your ship is. So for example, again, if I just zoom out, you know, if I'm selecting some other ports and I'm getting some information somewhere. So this is this requirement of like this performance standard, that you must have a button where you will press this, a single button, which will take you to your ship's current position. So if I press this, as you can see, it has taken me to my ship's current position. Now this second is move ship symbol. So presently when I click this, you can see over here my cursor. So if anywhere I click my cursor, my ship position will shift over here. Means like the chart will shift here. So it will show me the current this side position. So again, if I want to click here, if I take my cursor over here, my ship will shift. So basically wherever you can click the ship position, the ship will shift over here, or basically the chart and the ship will shift to that point on the screen of axis. This one, north up, course up, is very simple. It's like same as in your radar, north up mode, head up mode, or course up mode. Normally every time we keep on north up mode at least. So then this is T and M. This is true motion or relative motion. So in relative motion, your ship will remain over here and everything on the chart will keep on moving. And in true motion, your ship will continuously move, and you just have to scroll on the chart. You just have to come down automatically. So normally we keep it on true mode only. Now these two buttons are like just normal zoom in. This plus is for zoom in, minus is for zoom out. That's it. So these are same standard buttons. This 1:1, as you can see over here, this original scale. It means that this is original scale, or normally called it compilation scale. Normally a vetting inspector or any post inspector, they ask what is the compilation scale of this. So anywhere, like for example, now I have zoomed out on this chart. If I press this, it will show me the compilation scale of the particular cell where my ship is. So this is my compilation scale. Now let's say again, if I press, so it's just one time. So if, for example, now if I zoom out again, if I press this original scale, it is showing original scale for this particular chart. But I don't want that. I want, let's see, if I just zoom in, sorry. Now this is the chart BR22102. Now I want best compilation scale, or or compilation scale or original scale as per this like this. If I press this, as you can see, it is showing me the compilation scale for this particular EHC, and this is that compilation 1:2. On the left side of bottom left, you can see that compilation. So that's the function of this 1:1 original scale. So that it's basically there so that you don't zoom in too much. As you can see here, it is showing overscale, or you don't zoom out too much, so you might miss some information. So to avoid that, you have a button over here which will give you the best scale for this chart. So next is this I button, which is for information. As you can see, this I button is info. So on chart, if wherever you, for example, if I click this, select this, and whichever point you want to interrogate, as they say. So if I click over here, then on bottom it will show me what information is magnetic variation, and if I click over there, it will highlight that area, particular area. So I'll just make it big to see the information. So So this I is actually like a information, or some address you have seen that as a pick report. So that's like a pick report. You click this, and wherever, for example, now I want to check the information for this boy. You click on that boy. On the bottom you will see this information, boy solution. And if I click this, it will also highlight that boy, means it is showing me information for that particular boy. So that's about it. So as you can see, if I uncheck this, you can see the boy is being highlighted and the boy is being unhighlighted. So it's like this. So same, anything, for not just for boy, for anything if you want, for this dangerous wreck, for waters, for anything, this electrical cables. So if for anything you want to get information, you just click over here I and click on particular point wherever you want, and it will show you. And for example, we think that this is cable and submarine. If I press this, you can see that it will be highlighted. So you can see this is all highlighted and it is showing cable and submarine. So that's it. So this I is for that information. Then A, this is quick distance tool, as it says. So it is there to measure the distance between 2 points. So for example, if I want to measure my distance from here till here, it will give me the distance. So it is just kind of a quick tool to measure distance between any 2 points. If I want to measure distance between here to here, so you can see this is the distance. It's just that. A is just for measuring the distance. And this one, show chart, I've never used it, so I don't know this much. This T is Transas integrator. Basically, if I press this, then on bottom you have other functions which are there. So those will be shown to you. So we'll discuss that later on. I'm not using it now. This one is for changing the brightness for, you can see, dusk, night, or introvert. So that's it. So this is changing for that. This one, user configuration, we don't use that. This one is for man overboard. We have to keep it pressed for 4-5 seconds. Now let's see, just go back to ship position, and you will see that a red color mark has come on the ship position. So this is man overboard, and on the left side you will see this bearing to that, with respect to that man overboard, what was its position, bearing and range. So if I want to stop this, I just have to press this. Do you really want to complete the man overboard maneuver? Yes. Let's see. Now we'll see about this bottom tasks. In the task list you can see over here. If I click this, there are many tasks which are present over here. So we'll go one by one. First is AIS. If I click AIS, so as I was telling, what is the advantage of having a monitor, master addresses, that if you have a master address, yes, you can edit this AIS information from here itself. The slave address won't have this function. Let me just show you first slave address. So if you can see, this is my slave address at presently. So if here I'll go to task list and go to AIS, as you can see, I do not have anything to edit in the AIS, because this is slave address. If I make this address as master address, yes, I can edit AIS information from this address also. So I'll just go back, and this AIS information which can be edited from, I'll click edit. I can change destination, ETA, normal drafts, basically all navigational status, anything which normally we change. Rest all information is not of our concern. So normally we use this voyage information which we edit normally for when anchorage, when berthing, for drafts, ETA, destination, and person on board. That's all. So after you put edit, you just have to click apply, and that's it. So that's the function for AIS. Then the second is charts. If I click charts, here you can see it is showing me the list of all the charts. So remember, this is when this inside this, it is showing me the charts which are installed, not the catalog of chart, not the whole chart list which is there in 𝐂𝐂𝐃. It is only showing me the charts which are installed into my echdist. So just remember that. So that's the important thing, that if you start searching for some charts, you might not find all charts, because this is not the catalog, this is the charts which are installed. And if I'll just scroll it up, all those charts with numbering AA, AA and AA like these are called the chart 1 chart, or the charts from where you can check the presentation library. So all these charts, if I double click, you can see. So all these charts with numbering AA are chart 1 charts. So that's it. If you want to search a chart, you just have to click over here, write the name of the chart and just find it. And by position, if you click, it means that with respect to your ship position, currently these are the charts available with respect to my ship's position. Okay, so that's it. And on the right side, let us go back to our ship position first. On the right side, you can see over here chart auto load, where you can see over here this auto load, it is switched on from here. If I click off, you can see over here this auto load is off. So it will not show me. Now when my ship will move from one chart to another, it will not show me the best chart automatically. So there is no point in that. So we normally keep it in on. And you can see it's on over here. It's chart auto scale. The best scale of the chart will be shown. When our ship jumps from one chart to another, the auto scale will show us the best chart. And this is Navy Planner function to go into the Navy Planner, which I will tell later on. Means how to go into Navy Planner. There are 3 different functions or 3 different buttons from where we can go to Navy. Then this is second is layers. Here display category. Here you can select base category, standard category, or custom. Anywhere, means how you want your charts to be represented. For example, if I click base, you can see all the information on the chart is gone. Only the base charts are shown. Base of that chart is shown. Standard, then you will see you will start seeing some information, not whole information. Custom is the one where we can select, unselect certain things we want to be seen. We want them to be seen, we don't want them to be seen. So normally we keep it on all, so that we see all the information which is there on the chart. Grid is for your longitude and latitude lines. So these are the vertical lines for vertical and horizontal line for your latitude and longitude. We don't want to see them, so I'll just untick this. And these, as you can see, these vertical lines which I'm talking, these are indication for overscale. As you can see here, there is no indication for overscale, but these vertical line means it is an overscale. So if I uncheck this, you can see these lines are gone, so you won't come to know that you are seeing a chart which is overscale. So hence we keep this overscale on, and you can see these vertical lines. So these are called 𝐁𝐂𝐃𝐈𝐒. These are chart boundaries. So basically you can see your cell boundaries over here. So if I click this, it's just an indication. If you want to see a particular chart, it will show you the boundaries for that chart. This N navtex is for, as you can see this, I will show you over here. These are MSIs. So these are navtex messages which are automatically plotted. So if I uncheck this, you won't see those navtex message. If I check this, you will start seeing navtex message on your ENC. So this is for that. In ENC function, here you have area symbolized or plain. So if I'll show you the difference. So basically country lines. So that's not of a much of a difference. You can see those country lines, you start seeing them more bold in more bolder way. So as per my company standard, we should keep it on symbol. Then here points, paper chart or simplified, means all those buoys, wrecks, how you want them to be shown. Either you can allow them to be shown in paper chart way, or in a simplified way. As you can see, this is a simplified way for this boy. If I select paper chart, how these boys would have been shown on the paper charts, like this. So normally, as per my company standard policy, we have to, let me show you some other boys. For example, these are the boys. On chart you will see those boys like this only. So if I click simplified, we can see it's become square and just a cone. That's we don't use that way. We normally keep on paper chart. How these boys would have been shown on two charts, same way these are shown on two ENCs. So this contour label is also simple. If you click this contour, you can see these contour. These are contour labels. If I'll check uncheck this, you won't see those contour labels. So just indicate. Same for here also, you can see. If I check this, you can see now this is a 20-meter contour. If I uncheck, you won't be able to see that which contour it is. So there's no point in keeping that. Yes, we want to see, so we'll keep this on. Then next is danger in shallow water. So we also keep this on, because as you can see, if there are some depths which are lesser than our shallow contour, those will be shown into this pinkish or magenta color circle with X mark. So if I'll uncheck this, it will show me the depths. If I'll check those, it will directly show me them as dangers. So any depth which is lesser than shallow contour, those will be shown into like these kind. If I select this, danger in shallow waters. So this is just a good way for navigation, so that we won't miss out any depths. This is 4 shade with respect to your contours. If I click this, now it becomes 2 shades. You can read that about in shallow contour settings. So this normally I keep 4 shades to differentiate between shallow contour, safety depth, safety contour. So that's why we keep 4 shades on. If I uncheck this, now it has become 2 shades. If I check this, it becomes 4 shades. Now this is shallow pattern. If I click this shallow pattern, you will see all those areas where I have shallow water, it will be shown with this zigzag lines or cross lines. You can see over here. If I'll uncheck now, those, it's just an extra indication that you have shallow water over here, so it's for that. And this is scale minimum. So the minimum information which is there on the chart, it is used during monitoring, so you can check and uncheck the scale minimum. And it's mainly used during coastal passages. In open sea you won't be getting much use of the scale minimum. So that's it. Full light lines is like if you have a leading lights or some lights, so it will show you. You can see over here the full light line is shown. If I uncheck this, yes, this is gone. So for leading lights, so we don't keep it on because it will cluster the chart, so we keep this off. Highlight info, if you select this, then all information on the chart wherever you have, like for contingency, for these anchorage, it is showing I. Those basically I symbols is shown over here. This will not be shown. So for example, if I unselect this, so normally we don't select this because we don't want cluster of information, because if we want to interrogate anything or if we want to get information on something, we can just directly click into highlight info. We can just directly click into I and pick up the reports. This accuracy is the 𝐂𝐃 so normally which you require during for passage planning. What is the 𝐂𝐃 for a chart? And here you get your date dependent objects. Here you can select your date dependent. Normally what check we do on chart 1. So here you can do that check for date dependent. That's it. Now in the task list, next is configuration. In configuration, if we go to general, here you can select the skin for this egg. Basically, if I go to dusk, night, sorry, so normally you keep it daylight, and this is the skin for the egg dish, black. This is how you want this egg dish screen to look. Carbon, elastic. So these are different plastic, metallic. So these are different skins for this egg dish. So normally I keep it carbon only. We normally keep this carbon. This I've already shown into the alarms for the egg dish. For this egg dish, whatever alarms we get, so these things are covered there. Now there is cursor panel, chart panel cursor. So it is short or long. Basically, as you can see, my cursor is short now. If I'll check this long, so this becomes my cursor. You can see the full line. So that's become my cursor wherever I want. So that's quite annoying for me. So normally we use this as short cursor only. So this is my cursor. So that look more how you use it on computer. So hence I use the short cursor. Then generate alarm is just for testing an alarm. This is how your alarm will sound. Exit is when you want to playback. When you want to do playback, that time you have to go to configuration and you have to exit this. So, and this is also covered when where I've shown how to playback on Transas. So that's covered. I don't want to exit now. Time zone is the one where you change your local settings. So at present we are 3 hours off GMT. So we have set this time zone. So that's where you have to change your time zone, time settings. License information, we don't use it. COM interface, this is also we don't use it. Units, in which units you want your information to be displayed, ships and target in knots, kilometer per hour, distance in nautical mile. That's quite simple. It's actually self-explanatory. Ship settings, this is not to be touched. Route settings. These are default settings which we can make for our route. Means when you make a route, these are the default settings which will automatically come. So if you want, you can make them. If you want, I normally don't do anything on here. So basically, in configuration mode, we use only 2 modes. General mode, if you want to do something over here, if you want to change the skins, or if I want to exit, so only if I use that, or I'll use time zone to change my when we advance or retard our ship's clock. Here is the place where I come and change my ship settings with respect to time. So that's it. All in these steps we don't use it. Then go to task. Here is your logbook. I'll click. So that's a normal thing where you can see your ship's logbook. Now one thing which I want to tell you is that if somebody asks where you can see the list of alarms on this egg dish, which during your last 1 hour, last 24 hours, where are the list of alarms? So here you have to come to logbook, and there you have to check your alarms. So only in logbook you can check your list of alarms. Alarms, or as we call it, colors. So if I uncheck all these, and if I just click alert, so now it will show me all the alerts which are generated. For any particular date I want, I can select the date. I can check all this. This is all will be shown with respect to alerts, all alerts which are generated. Safety alert, you see. So that's how I can select. If I want to see alerts, that's how I can see alerts. Then if you want to export your logbook, export the information from the logbook, you just have to select the whole logbook, or from dates which you want to export from this date to this date. You just have to connect your pen drive over here and just press export to PDF and you can export it. That's it. It's quite simple. That's how you can export your logbook. It'll take time, so I don't want that. I'll just cancel it. Then monitoring, it's mostly used, the most used function on this like this. So here you can set your frames settings for this safety frame setting, as you can see over here. These ones you can see here. This is the one where you can increase. Maximum is 20 minutes. I can reduce this, cross track this. So now normally that's what you do. So if I want to unselect this safety frame, you can uncheck the safety frame. So that's it. Safety highlight danger is basically when you want if there is a danger, it will be highlighted on the ENCs. Here we can change our shallow water and safety water contour settings. These are the settings. This is the place normally where I'll keep my voyage safety contour, shallow contour settings. This IMO areas are the ones which need to be selected all the times. You cannot unselect them. If you unselect them, you will get a notification on the chart SFCNT. Let's see if I'll uncheck something. As you can see, if I click on this, detection of some prohibited areas or special areas condition is off. You can see. So these IMO areas, these all must be selected at all times, otherwise you will get no notification. Same for highlight danger, you have to select this, otherwise you will get a notification over here. And in case of crossing safety contour, prohibited area is off. So hence this is also must be selected, and that alarm, that notification will be gone. This is for anchor navigation alert. This is the point where we, so if you want to put a use of anchor, select anchor down. You can see this anchor ring is automatically made over here. I click alert. Save. So if my ship goes out of this anchor, it will give me an alarm. So that's how you select your anchor. When you anchor, that's how you select your anchorage. Or so as you see, my ship when my ship went out of this anchor, I get this warning. Act as outside anchorage area. So basically that's your swinging circle. So you can increase or reduce your safety ring diameter, and you want to remove this, you just have to press this down. It's gone. So if you want this safety ring to be calculated automatically, all you have to do is come over here and select the cable length, means how many shackles you have put inside water. So let's see, because then you can see the safety ring is automatically, for example, if I select 3, you can see this is automatically calculated, or you can manually click and increase and reduce the safety rings. Both ways you can increase. You can put depth over here, safety margin if you want to add something. Here is the place where your ship's length is added into it, so you cannot change this. So either you can put how many shackles you have put inside water and it will automatically calculate the safety ring for you, or you can directly go to safety ring and increase or reduce the safety. Make sure this alert function is clicked on, so only then you will get the alarm if your ship goes out of your anchor circle or swinging circle. And here you have an alarm function for if your ACDIS is showing less depths. If your echo sounder is showing depth less than 2 meters, then also you will get an alarm inside the ACDIS. So that's an important function. And here additional areas are the areas where you can select traffic separation, spoil ground. If your ship enters these areas, again you will get warning. So you can select as many as you want, but I don't select this unnecessary areas because otherwise you will have so many alarms coming on your ACDIS. That's it.